Okay. Hey guys, my name is Heather and this is my channel, Mama in Motion. If you're new here, I am on a journey to lose 100 pounds and I had a hysterectomy back in October of 2021. I bring up the hysterectomy thing because I know that a lot of women struggle with losing weight after their hysterectomies, and I just like to let them know that it is possible. Like, I have a lot of health issues and a lot of struggles, and I am officially 40 pounds down on this journey. It has taken quite a while to do, and it's been like really a lifestyle change, a lot of mental changes, and changes to just my eating habits have been really helpful. I haven't been able to consistently exercise for several months, so I know that weight loss is possible and sustainable without exercising and doing, that excessive, like going to the gym or lifting weights or doing cardio. It's not totally necessary to losing weight as, a larger person. And I see a lot of people who push themselves. My body, as a size that I was at 246 when I started, it was really rough to move around and do excessive things like exercise wise, because your body just doesn't work the same as a straight size person. When you're in a larger body, there are things that do not function the same. You can't bend the same. Your belly can get in the way if that's one issue. You can't lift your legs as high if there's extra weight and fat on them. Your thighs are harder to lift. For me, my belly was really large and it got in the way all the time. I couldn't even do sit-ups. It was like, what? Or crunches. I could barely bend down to tie my shoes and put shoes on. I had to use a shoehorn to help get my foot into my shoes, and I still use the shoehorn just sometimes, but anyways, there's just a lot of issues, and I feel like it's not really talked about. It doesn't have to be super hard. You don't have to do the things that you think you need to do, like exercise. People think that exercise is a huge part of losing weight, and I feel like food and intake and calories are a vital part in doing that, whether you're exercising or not. And it's just something that I've personally experienced, and considering I haven't been able to exercise a lot but I'm still losing weight, it shows that it's possible to do. So anyways, I'm sorry, I went off on a long tangent there. So let's go ahead and get to the weighing part. So last week I weighed in at 204.8 pounds, and this week I weighed in at 204.5 pounds. So I just went down just slightly, but still on the downward trend, which I'm very happy about. And honestly, I indulged in a lot of cookies last night. Not a lot, but 6 cookies in a package when 2 cookies is a serving. So having 6 cookies seems like a lot nowadays. But I had the cookies and the sugar because I was in a tremendous amount of pain this morning, and I'm still in a lot of pain. I'm just not in the same level of intensity. This morning I was just crying and crying and crying, and it made my eyeballs really red and they're all swollen. I don't know if you can tell. But yeah, my eyelids get really swollen now as I've gotten older when I cry. So everything really swells up, and I feel so much pressure around my eyeballs. And it's really uncomfortable, but it's gone down a lot throughout today, which is fantastic. You can see this one's still swollen, and it's shiny. Anybody like Moana? I love Moana, and I always think of but the giant crab. I can't think of his name, but that's the way he sings shiny and sings his song. Oh, now I want to watch Moana. Okay, anyways, So yeah, I'm having a lot of swelling in my eyes, and I took a muscle relaxer earlier, so I'm just like, bleh, and I just don't really feel super great. So yeah, having a lot of pelvic pain and pain in my lady parts that I really don't want to feel anymore. And considering I had the hysterectomy almost 2 years ago, it is unfortunate that I'm still dealing with pain in this way, because it was pain that led me to have the hysterectomy, and then they found out that there were all sorts of things going on inside, like fibroids and I don't know how to say this word, but I think it's adenomyosis. And I had ovarian cysts. I had like a cyst upon a cyst on the ovary. Anyways, it was gross. There was a lot going on inside there. So that's why I had it. But I've had a lot of pelvic floor issues, and it's hard to get in to see anybody for that type of therapy. The clinic that I was trying to go to was super busy and booked out for months and months and months. And then I finally had my appointment to go in, and I still had my gallbladder at this point, and I was not doing well. And my gallbladder, I had like an attack the morning of, and I was like throwing up, and I knew I couldn't drive. I was in terrible condition, and I had to drive like 15 to 20 minutes to get to the appointment. And then it would have been my evaluation, my intake for the pelvic floor therapy, and like how that's a pretty intensive process from what I'm understanding. If you know anything about pelvic floor therapy, what I'm talking about, then you would know that it's pretty invasive. And so like, how could I do that when I was in tremendous pain from my gallbladder and throwing up that morning? So they never called me back to like reschedule. I called them, and now I have to like go through the process of getting a referral for them again. So I see, a gynecologist at the end of September, and I'm just hoping to get some help. And I don't know. I'm in so much pain. I don't really know what I did that caused it last night. But yeah. And then like also, I'm on the PROZAC, right? So the PROZAC's really helping with the overall depression that I've been feeling. But I've been going through mania and depressive episodes like a lot, very frequently, just short bursts of like extreme hyperness and energy followed by a crash. And it's been awful. It's been really rough, and I've been kind of confused by it. And then like, sorry, this is shaking so much. I Googled about PROZAC and bipolar, and it actually said something along the lines of, if you are bipolar, then you shouldn't take just PROZAC, and you need a mood stabilizer, because PROZAC or any antidepressant apparently can cause the cycling of mania and depression to get more frequent and worse. I was like, yeah, so I'm like, what is happening? I don't want to like blame my doctor, right? Because it's kind of frustrating though. And I told him I didn't need the Abilify. I was like, I'm doing fine with the depression, and my bipolar seems to be under control since starting the PROZAC, so I'm doing really good. And I never heard that, hey, you should probably watch for some signs and symptoms, because the PROZAC can possibly affect the symptoms of your bipolar. No, he didn't say that to me, so I had no idea that could even happen. I just feel like, maybe you should have said that this was even a possibility if I'm only on PROZAC. So, and he doesn't deal with like the mood stabilizers and the psychiatric part, so I have to go get help for that from someone else. So it's all just a frustrating process, but I'm at a point where I really need help, and I'm feeling very out of control in this body of mine. And even though I'm doing great things with my weight loss, and I'm feeling good on that end, and I love going into the bathroom and looking in the mirror and seeing that my stomach is going down and my body is changing shape. It's like, it's so cool to like physically see the process and the progress that I'm making. It's a really cool thing, and to like have loose clothes and things that fit better, or things that won't fit at all, or things that are just straight up like too big to wear because they're uncomfortable that I have to take them off. It's like an alternate reality, you know, like I'm used to being in this place of nothing really fitting right. I always had to wear an undershirt, because if I didn't wear a tight fitting undershirt that was extra long to cover my belly, then any shirt I wore would rise up my belly and my belly would show. So I had to have the undershirt there, and it kind of helped grip. Like the shirts would kind of like have traction together, but sometimes they wouldn't, and so the shirt would rise up anyway, but then I'd have, you know, a black or white undershirt so my belly wasn't just showing, which I hated. But yeah, all that's changing shape and looking different, and it's really cool to see. I'm just definitely struggling lately. I really just want to be a healthy human being, and I'm really trying. I'm trying as far as I can tell. Yeah, sorry this video isn't super exciting. Anyways, thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a fantastic day. See ya.
Never up, never down, never